welcome to Daily Spiritual Pod. And today's title is Find Out What You Should Leave Out. Today is about the life task. Let's look at what it's all about. Does it exist at all? And if so, who determined it? And if there is, how do I find out my determination, what I set out to learn, what I wanted to develop, and what skills I wanted to bring into this world? Even people who are not deeply involved in spirituality often reach the point in their lives where they ask themselves, what is the meaning of my life? Why am I here? Some also say it's so difficult for them to find it. Maybe you've asked yourself this question before. First of all, you should realize that you're an energetic being that has incarnated into this physical world. And whenever this life comes to an end, you will leave this physicality and go back to the energetic level. And exactly on this level, you have also set the cause for your life task. By the way, as Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, the author of the translation of the Bhagavad Gita, as it is, has aptly put it, life comes from life, and life is infinite. Back to the subject. You yourself determined what you wanted to develop in this life, what you wanted to discover, how you wanted to impact the world, and that is what needs to be recognized. You've also prepared many indications for yourself. You give yourselves the signs again and again. You had chosen a starting point. You consciously choose an incarnation in an environment that enables you to set the course for your destiny, so that you can recognize it more easily. Only crucial at this point is to understand that you've made the decision on an energetic level. The indications take place energetically, thus over the feeling. And that is also why even people who do not deal with spirituality at some point ask themselves whether that is everything. Because if they cannot find their life's work, then with increasing years of life an even greater inner emptiness sets in. But once you're aware that there is this meaning of life and you have consciously chosen your embodiment, you just have to be mindful of what are the signs and how do I recognize my own destiny. We should first understand one thing. No one but themselves can give themselves the answer. We're here to make an experience, to learn something, to be able to develop further and to enrich the world by our being so. Speaking of learning, we learn a lot in our lives. The crucial question is whether this is also purposeful for us or perhaps it serves the development of other people. Ask yourself, how can you find out your purpose if you always follow other people's orders? If you do precisely what is expected of you? You realize it's about you. Indeed, we all contribute by being a mirror for others, but our mission is to develop ourselves. Only when we've recognized and understood this does our real journey begin. And great teachers and masters have always had the quality not to look for students, but to let themselves be found by them. An apt phrase is, when the student is ready, the teacher enters his life. We allow ourselves to be forced to perform things that do not suit us because we believe we have to function, as long as we're not on our path. How could we know if these things are what we came here for? There is so much knowledge outside that will help us as a world community, but it will not lead us to our own inner wisdom. By going on our way, coming from the outside to the inside, then you start. How can you recognize these impulses most easily? Feel. If you notice that different areas in your life bring you especially much joy, activities that fill you with a feeling of happiness, then that is your path. But if you do things that you have to overcome that give you little joy, then realize it's the way for other people. And if you have the impression that you cannot perceive such impulses, then you should consciously direct the question to your higher self, to God. For example, before going to bed, connect with creation and ask, can I please get clear signs so I can find my way? And you will find that you maybe already have the answer in your mind at the same moment. That you have a thought out of the seeming nothingness that gives you clues. When you feel what feels good, you start on the path and everything becomes easier and easier. Don't be distracted by monetary things. According to the motto, can I make money with it? Be sure if it corresponds to your life task, the universe will always find a way that you are well because you live your life task. If you have recognized your task, the only remaining task is to be wise enough to follow your own voice. For now, this is Andreas from Daily Spiritual Thought. Despite all hardships we're going through, have a wonderful time. Thanks a lot for listening and God bless.